Good morning everybody. So we are here just by Ben Nevis, which I believe is this mountain just here. We got up at quite early this morning so that we could get to the steel waterfall before everybody else arrived. We certainly managed that. There was one other car in the car park when we arrived, but we haven't seen anybody, which is good. And we're going to try and find the rope bridge to cross over the water by the waterfalls. But it's a stunning view down the valley there, absolutely amazing.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And we're hoping if we go further on we can get a better view of the falls.
Call it off, let it go.
So we've got to the waterfalls, which are just behind me here, and they are lovely. We were going to go across the rope bridge, but we're a bit wimpy and we couldn't actually get up on there without falling off. So no rope bridge today. It's not really rope, it's kind of a steel cable. And suddenly the wind has really got up.
It's ridiculously windy, isn't it?
But it is beautiful here. It's so peaceful, and there's two big groups we said so peaceful, and then I thought I heard a voice. There was a group of 10 people came around the corner. There's another one just coming around now. But apart from that, it's incredibly peaceful.
It is. It's lovely here.
Beautiful. You can quite see why this is such a popular spot. So this is me trying to cross this rope bridge. I've got to try and get up here to start with. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that, but
Yeah, I don't know whether there used to be something else, another platform or something to help you get up. But it's not the easiest thing in the world by the looks of things. Although Jill makes it look exceptionally easy. Oh.
I'm up. Whew, that's not something I didn't think I'd be able to do for a start.
I'm impressed, can I say?
Foolish, I think. Very foolish. Oh, it feels really wobbly. I hadn't thought about how I'm going to get back again.
No, there is that, because
I might have to go to the other end and turn around and come back.
how is it?
It's very wobbly. Yeah, I'm going to have to come back. I don't like it.
Good luck at turning around.
I'm not going to turn around. I'm just going to do that, I think.
I'm impressed you made it that far, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm impressed I got up here at all.
Yes, I am as well.
Don't tell me there's 300 people behind me now. Maybe all that running has made me stronger, you never know.
I'm sure it has. Right, it splits in a minute.
Oh yeah.
As I say, I'm sure there must have been a platform or something here, because it looks like there is.
What should have been, you mean?
Yeah, there should have been a platform
Yeah.
to at least help you get up.
Very glad I'm not trying to get over from that side, because that was very tricky.
Got to get down now.
I know, I don't quite know how I'm going to do that. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could get up there, to be honest.
No, I'm very impressed.
As I say, if you wedge your foot in there, it's actually not too bad. You kind of put your foot at an angle.
Well done. God, plumbing. As you say, not easy at all. Again, just to prove that I've done it. Well, it's an interesting way of crossing the river, isn't it? Yes, unfortunately the other side is exactly the same, and there's nowhere to get off, is there? Yeah. Oh, that was easy. Elegance. Indeed. Well, the other option is to walk through the stream.
Yeah,
But
did say a lot of people did that, didn't
they did say a lot of people do that, but apparently it's actually a lot deeper than it looks. So
Well, also it'd be blooming freezing at this time of year.
yeah, take your shoes and socks off, they were suggesting.
Yeah, good idea. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Isle of Skye. We arrived here yesterday afternoon, and we spent a little while searching for a nice spot, but this is a perfect spot. Yes, it's by a road, but we've had about 5 cars go past us since we stopped here. None in the night at all. And it has just been absolutely glorious being here. We were surrounded by deer last night at one point because we could hear them all. And we couldn't see them because it was just too pitch black, but we could definitely hear them right outside the van. And it was absolutely glorious. Very cold last night.
It was freezing last night, wasn't it?
It was, but it was lovely. And we've woken up to this morning. Absolutely stunning.
It's a lovely location, isn't it?
It's a fantastic location. And today we're going to go off and we're just going to wander around and go towards the fairy pools. We may or may not walk around the fairy pools today. We'll have to see how we feel later. So we've walked about 2¼ miles to this place called Lucia Fora. And it's an old village that's basically been abandoned. It was abandoned in the 1800s. It was an old farming village, and it did say that life would have been very, very hard here. People in this village were also accused of smuggling rum and brandy. And we just walked along the old Drovers Road, which has been the way they would have taken their cattle to market. There's not a lot left now, apart from these kind of old walls. It's nearly 200 years ago that it was abandoned, and I'm not really surprised there's not a lot left, really. But it is very interesting.
And very good views again.
Amazing views across the Sound to the mainland.
It's amazingly calm today,
It is incredibly calm.
considering what yesterday was like.
And the fact that we're meant to have hurricane winds,
Yeah.
8,000 miles an hour or whatever the BBC said.
Yeah, not sure they've got that right.
It's beautifully peaceful here, isn't it?
No trip to Skye is complete without a trip to the fairy pools.
Indeed, and that's what we're doing right now.
And no trip to the fairy pools is complete without a swim.
That's what Roger's going to do now.
Oh no, I was going to volunteer you.
Ah, yeah, funny that. I didn't bring my cosy, otherwise I
Ah.
would. I don't want to scare the assembled
No, fair
population,
enough.
do I?
Fair enough.
It's very pretty.
It is.
Apparently the pools and things are meant to be different colours, but I did read somewhere that it said on Instagram they're different colours, but they're not normally different colours, so we'll just have to see what they are. It's,
Yep.
it's a lovely walk anyway.
Yes.
It's interesting that the mountains behind have a small smattering of snow on them, which we think was last night. The forecast did say it was going to be cold enough for snow on the tops of the
And
mountains.
it was cold last night.
It was cold. It was 2 degrees when we got up this morning, so
So this is the very first waterfally bit,
it is.
and hopefully there'll be others as
We'll
we go
find
up.
out what else is going up, indeed. So we've walked to the top of the fairy pools. It's a very lovely walk. There wasn't a lot of colour in the fairy pools, which is what they were saying on Instagram, all the pools are different colours. There were no colours in them, but they were very pretty, very, very busy.
I'll have to see if I can colour grade this for,
Yes, yeah.
for the video channel.
You can change them, yeah, it's a good plan, Rog.
Yeah, not sure I'm going to be able to.
And we got to the top here, there's a lot less people around now. And we just look at these incredible hills behind us, these mountains. These are called the Cullins, and they're absolutely beautiful. They've got a little bit of snow on the top. Stunning. So we're on Skye, and today we're at Dunvegan Castle. And we're amazed, we've just come into the walled garden and there's just so many flowers around still. I don't know what they all are, but they are absolutely beautiful. You've got purple, red, pink, white, yellow and red over there as well, orange behind Roger. Absolutely beautiful.
Considering we're in October.
It's the middle of October now, and it's very surprising to see quite so many flowers still. But it is lovely. It's a very nice surprise when you come in through the walled arch there.
And again, it's actually quite a nice day.
It is. They said it was going to be horrible today, but so far so good.
Well, it did rain earlier on, but at the moment it's not bad at all.
No, not too bad. This is the Dunvegan Pebble. Quite a very large pebble, I would say. It weighs 2.7 tonnes. And there's a sign there that says interaction with the sculpture is encouraged, but don't let children climb on it. So I started feeling it, and then I just pushed it, and it starts to go round.
Whether it's meant to or not.
I was going to say, we're assuming it is meant to.
Quite impressive.
It feels lovely.
Move 2.7 tonnes worth of
Yeah,
pebble.
it is quite impressive. Beautiful piece of stone as well, with all the lines
Yes,
through
it is, isn't it?
So we've just been inside Dunvegan Castle. It's very interesting, and this bit of keep, this side dates from about 1300s, and the fairy tower, the other side, dates from about 1500s. And the other bits were kind of added at various times until about 18 something or another. And yeah, it's not huge, but it's quite a nice castle inside. We also watched a little film, lots and lots of portraits inside, and we did discover that actually, what can we say? Looks are not their best feature. Let's put it that way. Obviously, brains and things were, but maybe
In fairness, it might have been the
artist rather than anything else. Yes, indeed. But no, I mean, it's in a fantastic location. This
It's a
castle,
fabulous
as well, isn't it?
location, isn't it?
And welcome to our favourite little spot. Now, 10 years ago, we came to Skye with our Land Rover to test him out before we went to Africa for a year.
Yep, and test us out.
And test us out. So we had the rooftop tent, etc., etc. It was this time of year, and we found this little spot, the spot that we camped in last night. We found exactly the same spot yesterday, and it is fantastic. We remember from the time it was lovely. Hardly any traffic on this road, the occasional bus that goes past.
This is, believe it or not, an A road.
So it's an A road with passing places, a single track road with passing places, which is absolutely fine. And it was a perfect place to spend the night, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Very peaceful.
It was very peaceful, apart from the wind and the rain.
Yeah, the wind and the rain were a bit nightmarish last night. They were a bit of a hoolie last night, weren't they, really?
They were.
But there's not a lot we can do about that, so, you
But
know.
we were told today was going to be horrible as well, and it's nice blue sky at the
I was going
moment.
to say, at the moment it's looking good, so we're going to get out there and see what we can see.
It is quite chilly. It
Yeah, I
has to be
think that's
said.
an understatement.
But yeah, no, a lovely day.
So today we are climbing up to the Old Man of Store, and we're about halfway up. We just had to stop.
Halfway, is that all?
Yeah, we just had to stop and look at this amazing view. It has been pretty steep, I have to say, but it is a very good track. But yeah, it is an incredible view. I love the fact the sun's kind of coming through the rainy clouds. It's not a particularly nice day today, not as nice as it was first thing.
No.
But the sun over there looks absolutely gorgeous. Heaving in the car park as well, absolutely manic in the car park. So we've made it to the top, and that is the Old Man of Store. Amazing views down to the bay down there, and lovely with the sun. You can see all the people sneaking up the track down there as well. Quite incredible.
Loads of tiny little islands as well.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? This is Kilt Rock Viewpoint. We think this is called Kilt Rock because we're assuming that waterfall looks a bit like a kilt when it's looking out from the sea towards it. But obviously we can't really do that, although Roger is hoping to get the drone up in a minute. I mean, it's a stunning waterfall. I can't remember how long the drop was.
80 foot, I think.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, but it's an absolutely beautiful waterfall going right down into the sea.
It
Lovely.
is. You don't get many waterfalls going into the sea, do you?
Not that I've seen, but maybe that's just
No.
me.
No, very nice.
Lovely day today, very chilly, but very nice day. It's dry, that's good anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Behind me you can see the ferry, and this is how we're going to leave the Isle of Skye. We came in on the Skye Bridge, but we thought we'd take this ferry because it's very interesting. It's actually a turntable ferry, and it basically means that it can kind of go alongside the slipway in pretty much any condition that it wants to, and it can turn all the way round. So you drive on one way, it turns all the way around to come off the other way, but it also means that you don't just have to come off at the front, you can come off at the side or whatever.
It is the only one in the world, apparently.
It is, yeah. The only one still in operation in the world. It's only about 10 minutes across the strait there, but the currents are very, very strong through that strait as well, so you really have to know what you're doing as the captain of the ferry. And we've just been for a little walk down to an otter or wildlife hide, which apparently is a great place for seeing otters, but sadly we didn't see any, or any seals, or any whales, or any dolphins, or anything. But we're now going to go down and we're going to go and catch that ferry across to the other side.
So around here is Ring of Bright Water fame.
Oh, is it? Oh, yes, you did
Yes.
say that. Gavin Maxwell.
Yes.
Yes.
So apparently he lived around here, and all of this is known as Ring of Bright Water country
Which is
because it
presumably-
has the highest concentration of otters anywhere in Britain.
Presumably that's why you wrote it here.
Indeed. Well, probably because he lived here,
Well,
to be
yeah,
honest
you
with
know what I mean. You know what I mean. So we're now on the Glenelg to Kailera ferry. Lots of dogs wandering around, man playing the bagpipes, very Scottish. And yeah, it's lovely. Only two of us on here, which is probably just as well. There's a VW and there's us, and that's about all you can fit on this tiny little ferry.
Yeah, it's a great little
It's
ferry
a
though, isn't
lovely
it?
little ferry.
So they had to push us round on the turntable.
Yep.
And yeah, that's great. I was hoping to get the drone up again, but again, it's too windy.
Too windy, obviously.
But it saves coming over on the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's 25 quid, but it's a great experience to come on this little tiny turntable ferry,
It
isn't
is.
it? So,
And it's a local incentive as well.
yeah, it's owned by the community, isn't it?
Yes,
So,
it is, yeah. We've just completed our very short hop across the water here and pulled up alongside the jetty. So in a minute they'll do the turntable to move us around so we can actually get onto the shore. It's a great little contraption. It's not that old. I was expecting it to be quite old, but it's actually not that old. So two guys just takes them to turn this. It's only a maximum of 6-person ferry. Doesn't look like we've gone quite far enough Well, we've gone too far forward, I would imagine. So we need to come back a bit. So we're being turned round to head off. It's a cracking way of doing it.
So we left our parking spot about 40 minutes ago and we've walked to where the Jacobite steam train is going to come over the viaduct here. And we've climbed up a little bit. It's very muddy, and I did read that everybody ends up standing in mud when they're trying to take photos because it's just kind of how it is, really.
It was an interesting walk here, wasn't it?
It was quite interesting. Well, we had to go over a bridge that in theory we shouldn't have gone over, and we went down a boardwalk that was in theory closed. But it was a very nice walk.
It was.
And we got here and the car park was absolutely rammed.
So yeah, it was a good.
It was a good call to walk here, I think.
Yes.
And it's stunning scenery.
It is
Unfortunately,
lovely.
it does say no flying of drones because there's people working on the viaduct. Not sure quite how that affects them, but there you go. But hey ho, we won't fly the drone. We'll be very good.
Yeah.
And so we're now waiting for the train to come, and it should be here in about 20 minutes or so.
And as you say, 20 minutes, and there are a lot of people here.
Hundreds of people here.
It really is the place to come. Harry Potter has a lot to answer for.
He certainly has.